Welcome to the Block Sit Down. This is the One Foot In podcast. We take one foot in to the college football realm, the college football world, and today is the post-game aftermath of Week 8. We had 5 ranked matchups, and I think we had 4 top 10 teams down this week. We're going to cover up the 4 ranked opponents, or 4 ranked matchups that we had, and then we got some upsets to get to, and then we got the 2-minute drill, got some news on head coaches, statuses at their respective colleges later on. That's going to be the news. A portion of the video is going to be back end. But right now, we got the 4 ranked matchups. For the first one, we got the upset, the 5-0 Miami. I covered this game and said, hey, how close can Louisville cut it to make it at least close? Well, I didn't have any faith in them to win. They put word. Let me not put anything in my mouth, but I was about to say they put shit in my mouth. Pause. But Miller Moss had a bounce back game. Chris Bell, I heard about him about 2-3 weeks ago, potentially being an NFL prospect. He looked like an NFL prospect. He had 2 touchdowns on a day. Chris Bell was looking like him out there. In Miami, Carson Beck, is that you on Georgia in 2024? No, it's Miami 2025. Carson Beck. I don't know. Maybe he's hiding himself. I don't know what's going on. Carson Beck threw 4 interceptions, bro. That's like the lead headline going out of this game, and these were bad interceptions. These weren't anything where you could point at the receiver's fault. No, a couple miscommunications, I would say. Maybe it's on Beck, maybe it's not. I don't know. But these 4 interceptions were costly, especially when the game was only 3 points, and on the last drive, Carson Beck didn't need to throw this last interception, and it was potentially 5 interceptions. They gave it roughing the passer just to, hey, bro, we going to try to help you stat line. It didn't really help at the end because he still looked ass. The Heisman Trophy basically thrown out the window. No one's from Miami's winning it. Maybe Ruben Bain on defense, but definitely not Carson Beck. And, yeah, a lot of it, they rely on Carson Beck to throw because Mark Fletcher couldn't get anything going. 8 carries for 18 yards, just not going to get it done. He had a punch in, but nah, this ain't going to get it done. And this offense is just relying on this freshman, Malachi Toney, to do everything. He can only do so much, buddy. And if Carson Beck doesn't have him open and C.J. Daniels isn't wide open downfield, it's going to be very difficult because Carson Beck, these 4 interceptions is bad. They look bad. This is a team that's coming off a bye week. I don't know what they were doing. Maybe they're having too much fun in Miami. But yeah, Mario Cristobal needs to get his shit back together because this was the final game I thought that Miami could drop. Because they basically ran through the whole gauntlet at the start of their season and was undefeated to this point. And now that you got the back end of this ACC schedule, you just need to sharpen your iron because you should be ready for this this final couple weeks in the regular season, and then you got to be ready to hit the playoffs, hit the ACC championship, and you should win both, or not the playoffs, but the ACC championship, and you should be able to go in that playoffs pretty confident. As far as Miller Moss goes, he had a terrible game against number, I think 15 or 18, Virginia, maybe 18 last week, 15 this week. Virginia's their only loss that Louisville has, and now after this game, they're ranked. And I think it was well deserved. Their only loss, again, is the ranked Virginia team, and they barely lost to that team. And Miller Moss played a terrible game. He bounced back. He looked very good. Isaac Brown rushing 113 yards on the ground. That helps a lot. And this Louisville team looking legit, and they basically control a lot of their destiny. They have they have basically Virginia Tech, Cal, Clemson, SMU, Kentucky. That Kentucky on the back end isn't going to be an easy game by any means. But they can run this ACC and only go to the ACC championship with 1 loss. And I think Georgia Tech may be in their way, but this loss to Miami can be very detrimental, maybe potentially. VJ, how we feeling?
Dude, I believe this was Friday, the Friday night game.
Yep.
This was probably one of the craziest upsets I've seen. Carson Beck, when I started tuning in, Carson Beck already had 2 picks. Bro ended up with 4. I was like, yeah. It's like last year. I didn't miss a beat. Carson Beck's
Carson
back.
Lagway now? I don't know.
Hey, who knows? Shoot. But nah, definitely a pretty piss poor performance by Miami. They had good expectations, and obviously, they just dropped the bag on Louisville. Now, granted, Louisville's always been a above average ACC team. Also, like they've always been in that mix. Granted, they never had the true spotlight, but they've always been in that mix. Can't discredit them. They played well. Miller Moss from USC, I remember him. He did his thing this game. Overall, there's not too much to say because you basically covered it up. One thing I do want to point out is Miami don't control their destiny no more. This is insane. They're technically, I believe, if I remember seeing it right, they are 4th in the ACC like standings now. I believe first and second is respectively Georgia Tech and Virginia. Number 3 technically is Louisville now because they have the head-to-head against Miami. They don't control no destiny now. Miami needs to hope that 2 drop out. So, what can we say about Miami now? I mean, there's a good chance that they're just going to have to rely on them winning out and just going off pure scheduling that they went out and they make it in. They can't have no ACC championship at this moment in time. They can't hope they could back that up. So it's kind of like now we gotta see where it goes. So I think it's definitely it's insane for Miami. I don't know. This is definitely just one of the craziest games I watched on Friday. It was definitely a good Friday game. Can't even complain. So what about you, right?
Yeah. So when I was watching the highlights, first and foremost, I don't know what's going on with these top ranked opponents who is going to face these other opponents thinking they're about to just fly past them. Bro, they need to come in locked in every single game. Because, like I said, I'm pretty sure none of us expected, even though Cam said this is like the one game like they could have dropped, I don't think nobody really expected them to do so. So it's like, why, especially Miami looking as good as they are, Carson Beck looking like they're turning over a new leaf, then all of a sudden he's turning back the other leaf. So when I was watching the highlights, Carson Beck, should have been technically 5 interception, but ball don't lie. They got that passing whatever the fuck flag, and then all of a sudden, literally right after he threw another pick. Literally ball literally don't lie. How the hell did basically the fucking football guys basically bail him out, or take the referee bail him out with that shit, and then all of a sudden he threw one right after. It's like, it's kind of crazy. Ball don't lie, but other than Carson Beck throwing it, 4 interception, 5, whichever one, 4, we'll stick it to the actual stat sheet. But yeah, Malachi Tony, he's that guy. All I seen was Malachi Tony. All in the highlights was just Malachi Tony, bro. Like, he was literally doing everything, bro. He was in the jet screen. He's just running. He's catching the ball. He's creating all the plays. Like, damn, Malachi Tony wasn't freshman. Yeah, freshman, by the way. Well, like the Ryan Williams. I'm not hearing the freshman, by the way, but yeah, Malachi Tony, he's literally doing everything on this offensive side. So it's honestly super impressive. And shout out Louisville, man. Like, Miller Moss came and played a good game. He needed this. Obviously, he played a terrible game against Virginia, and here you go playing a number 2 team and winning by 3. Hey, it doesn't matter how much you win by. You just took down a number 2 Miami Hurricanes that looking like they was gonna stay at number 2. So shout out on them. And yeah, with VJ saying that Miami no longer controlling the fate, I'm pretty sure I seen like a post or something saying like, yeah, apparently if Louisville went out and this team does that, it's like Miami's cooked. They're not seeing the ACC championship. I'm like, damn, bro, this was definitely the one loss that Miami did not need on their plate. So yeah, how about you, Cameron? Final thoughts?
Miami still is going to be in the playoffs potentially, most likely. They went out. They have one loss on their schedule, and it's to a Louisville team that's not ranked. So they have that to look forward to. Maybe they just don't want to play an ACC championship. They don't need it. They'll just go win the playoffs. But Carson Beck, he's never thrown 4 interceptions in a game. So we're talking about he's reverting back to his old ways. This is the worst he's ever been, bro. So
Damn.
Yeah, throw the Heisman out the window. Mario Cristobal need to get his shit back together. Like I said, Miami got a pretty easy schedule after this. SMU, they're undefeated in conference play. They play them in like 2 weeks, I'm pretty sure. And then they got like Pitt on their schedule somewhere. So like, they should be able to win out. But if they don't, it's gonna be very interesting. But yeah, we can move on. We got the top 10 matchup. We have Ole Miss at number 5 at Georgia, number 9, and Ole Miss. I think up until the fourth quarter, they scored touchdowns on every single one of their drives, bro. They did everything they could, bro, and Georgia just played up to their standards, bro. They just try to keep it close as much as possible, and then it just when that fourth quarter hit, it was punt, downs for Ole Miss. Didn't know where the offense went. Trinidad Chambliss, he I wouldn't say like he had to rely on his run game. because he didn't really do much with his legs, but he went when he dropping back and he was just finding his guys. Wish Keywan Lacey could find like more holes and open up the run game a little bit more. Help Trinidad out a little bit. He wasn't really a non-factor in the game. He had 2 punch-ins. Trinidad got 2 with his wheels, and then it was really just Gunnar Stockton. Then they're playing perfect as well, bro. This is a high scoring affair, and it wasn't until the fourth quarter where Ole Miss couldn't really cash in on them scores at all, and they scored 7 touchdowns up to that point, and then that fourth quarter they went ghost, and Georgia just took advantage. That's really all they needed. Gunnar Stockton had 4 touchdowns, and then one with his one rushing. He had 5 touchdowns in total. Like he played the best he could possibly be for real. And then once they got held to a field goal at the start of the game, and then I seen Ole Miss just straight touchdowns. I'm like, oh man, is that field goal really gonna like hurt them that much just because they scored 3 instead of 7? Is it gonna be that big of a deal? Nah, not when that fourth quarter hit. And this was a game that I think we all predicted, like, oh, Georgia's still the dogs in the SEC, and they can't afford to lose. Ole Miss can afford to lose and still control their own destiny. If they win out, they have 1 loss on the season, and they'll be in the playoffs no matter what. It's kind of similar to Miami. They don't need to play for the SEC championship to get in the playoffs. BJ, how you seeing it?
Dude, I'll be honest. This got to be one of the biggest choke jobs from Ole Miss I've seen in a minute, bro. They were up by so much. At a point, I was like, bro, I stopped watching the game for a minute. I was like, yeah, I think Ole Miss might have just proved themselves. I come back in, game is neck and neck. I'm like, yep, never mind. Georgia coming back. They got revived, bro.
17 points in the fourth quarter. I think it was 1 point, 35-20 in favor of Ole Miss.
Bro, it was insane. I was like, yeah. I thought Georgia just they don't die, man. This is why we know Georgia, man. They back in, they're resilient. These guys are back, man. And now they put themselves in a good position. I mean, realistically, the whole SEC is kind of in a damn shamble right now. You don't know what's gonna happen. I believe right now the 2 leaders are A&M and Alabama for the SEC. But it's like, who knows what happens next week at this rate? I'm about to say Georgia's right there. Ole Miss still in the mix. It's like, bro, Texas technically still in the mix. Like, bro, it's insane. I mean, the SEC is going crazy right now. I mean, obviously, we got to see what happens in the upcoming weeks. I mean, I think obviously for Alabama, they're on a roll. For damn A&M, they're on a roll. Georgia on a roll. Ole Miss just took a loss. See if they come back. Oklahoma's still in that mix too. We forgot about them, bro. This is
Missouri.
SEC. Bro, yeah, Missouri's in there, bro. The SEC is just fun. Vanderbilt, buddy, this is insane, man. I'm enjoying college football right here. So, what about you, Rack?
Yeah, like I said last week. Honestly, we all said it is like this Georgia team, as even though they got that 1 loss in their schedule, bro. This is that Kirby Smart team that we all knew. Like it wasn't looking like how it was with Carson Beck last year, but even then it wasn't that bad. But with Ole Miss, they was looking strong. They were looking strong. They felt like they could have closed it out, but for whatever reason, that fourth quarter they ran out of steam or something. I don't know what got into them. I don't know like what happened. Like they felt the pressure of Georgia like slowly creeping up on them, and all they had to do was try to play passive and try to like push them back as much as they could, and they couldn't escape it. And this is kind of what Georgia needed, to be honest. Georgia was still looking like all right, where are they at? Well, we all knew they're gonna be like they wanted that gritty type of game. They're gonna take it out the end, but Georgia's still standing strong, and this is kind of what we expected from Georgia. And Ole Miss, honestly, they're still looking fine. They only lost to Georgia, right? And like I said, the SEC is kind of up in the air. It's really who's really going to be able to pull in against all the rest of these teams, how they play the rest of their game, rest of their season, and it comes up with like that, final score and see who's going to be able to make it to the SEC championship, because it's really in the air. And I don't know what they're going to take into consideration, because it's the SEC. This is what we're expecting in the SEC. Oh yeah. How about you, Cameron? Final thoughts?
Yeah, Bloodbath in the SEC is basically what this is. But in that fourth quarter, you want to know what happened? Keywan Lacey, 1 yard pass completion, 12-yard run, That was it. nine incompletions. It was 3 and out off of 3 incompletions. Start of the fourth. After fucking Georgia scores a touchdown to cut the lead. And then another 3 plays. 1 yard pass to Kewan Lacey, and then 2 incompletions, half the punt. And then in a down situation, 12-yard run on first down. Okay, you get a first down. Incompletion, end the game, basically.
Damn, so they're just forcing the pass, bro? They're just trying to force the pass?
It wasn't forcing the pass. Kewan Lacey just couldn't get anything going, bro. They was putting them in that fucking box. Kewan Lacey, 12 carries for 31 yards. Just not going to get it done, bro.
Yeah.
Not going to get it done. And Trinidad wasn't forcing his run either, bro. They was keeping him in check, and he wasn't really trying to do too much with it. 9 carries for 42 yards for Trinidad. So that's really what it is, man. And then it just Georgia just kind of just methodically just playing that defense until like they needed it the most. And when they got it, it was 2 3 and outs, and then a 5-play down situation at the end of the fourth, basically. But shout out Gunnar Stockton, played damn near perfect, bro. A 26.9 QBR is fucking insane, bro. That's what he had. 5 touchdowns accounted for. I can't overemphasize how good he played, bro. But moving on, we got another SEC matchup. Again, a bloodbath in the SEC continues week by week. We got number 11 Tennessee going on the road to Tallahassee, or not Tallahassee, Tuscaloosa, to Alabama at number 6. And this is the best offense, I think, statistically going into this week. And Tennessee just got fucking ringwormed, bro. They got fucking choked out. Didn't really have nothing going for them. Bishop was the only one that could like do anything. What pissed me off the most was Brazel and Mike Matthews, bro. These are 2 deep threat, like, just give them the ball, bro. Just give them the ball. It's gonna be DPI. It's gonna be maybe an incompletion here and there. Maybe can hold them to good defense if you're Alabama. But bro, they wasn't a threat, bro. I seen like 2 back-to-back fucking Brazel like just screen passes, and I'm like, okay, you gonna get them starting early? Cause this is the start. This is the first quarter. I'm like, okay, let's get them started early. No, sir. We'd rather use fucking Braylon Staley, the fucking wide receiver 3 on this team, and have him get 92 yards. I'm like, yo. And Joey Aguilar did not play the perfect game, but for all things considered, bruh, I don't know how to feel about him. It was the game was really won at the end of the second. I don't know if y'all seen it, but that shit pissed me off. Tennessee, look, I'm gonna go to the play-by-play. I'm gonna take you through this last drive right before half. 15 plays, 74 yards, 4:05 used on the clock. 19-yard run, 17-yard run. They got a false start, 4-yard pass, 4-yard pass, 5-yard pass, 4-yard pass, incompletion, 1-yard run, 8-yard run, 4-yard run, incompletion, 9-yard run, 3-yard run, 1-yard run, timeout, interception, return for a touchdown at the end of the second. They woke this shit off. Bro, they went through 2 4th downs. They wanted this fucking touchdown so bad because they needed it. And this man, Joey Aguilar, bro, they used 2 of the timeouts. They had 2 timeouts left on this drive, I think, and they used both of them. And they're in they were in like a situation where there was like 9 seconds left, and they were like, well, you can't run it because if you run it and don't get it, you're not gonna have time to run up on that line and just spike it and get the field goal. So it's either you do or die with the run up the middle, and they already tried to do the run twice. 3 times, 9-yard run, 3-yard run, and then 1-yard run before the interception. So it was in a situation where they had no timeouts left on the goal line on the 1-yard line or maybe 2-yard line. No, it was literally the 1-yard line. Literally on the 1-yard line, you have this 9 seconds left or something along them lines where it was like you can run it, but you're gonna take a chance with this ball placement and all this shit considered. You're not gonna be able to spike it. So in doing so, they do a play action fucking bootleg at the end, and Joey Aguilar's falling back while getting trailed. It's a bad pass. It's a bad play calling. Dude picks it off and just runs it to the house for 99. I'm like, yo, you needed this. You needed 7. You went through 2 4th downs to get this 7, and you weren't able to get it. And bro, that was like the sealer right there. I'm like, yo, Alabama's not gonna choke this league now, bro. And I think we try to emphasize how is Ryan Williams injured? Is he gonna be able to be healthy? Bro, he was the most healthy I've seen him this year, bro. No passes. He was making all the catches like he did in his freshman year. And I remember late in the fourth, bro. Tennessee needs to stop. Their best cornerback, Colton Hood, bro. They already have like injury on their best cornerback. This is the second best quarterback. He potentially goes in the second round, first round this year because he's that good. but he gets a PI on Ryan Williams in the clutch on the sideline. I'm like, yo, if they get Colton Hood with PI, oh man, Ryan Williams must be doing something to his ass. I don't know what it is. Ryan Williams, 5 receptions, 87 yards. Ty Simpson, again, probably like top 3 in Heisman. If you don't got him top 3, I don't know what you're looking at, but he played a damn near perfect game. He getting it done. Jam Miller's back, but I don't know to what degree. He had a punch-in touchdown in like the second quarter. I don't know how effective he can be. He had 12 carries for 15 yards, so I don't know if it was the looks or play calling that Alabama couldn't get their heads wrapped around and couldn't get him started. But yeah, they had Jeremy Bernard with fucking 49 yards rushing and 60 receiving. So yeah, that guy's pretty good. I fuck with Jeremy. But this was just, bro, this is pure domination, and I think this is the 4th straight top 20 victory for Alabama. So give them the credit. DeBoer is him, bro. Like 4 straight is crazy. Like I think that's the most in SEC ever by SEC team ever. 4 straight top 20 wins, bro. That is fucking insane. I think they're ranked number 3 now. Well deserved. But Tennessee, you kind of like, you didn't need this, but you really wanted to see how much could you do against Alabama. You had the close one against Georgia. How close can you keep this one? You never had a chance. I'm not gonna lie. You never had a chance in this one. BJ?
Ooh, man.
Ooh.
The way this started, I thought it was gonna be fire, but realistically, I mean, you just said it. The second that pick 6 hit, that end of the second quarter, all the momentum was lost. I felt like Tennessee just had no more steam after that. I think Bama just played control ball, and they basically just dominated through and through. I mean, the way I saw it, Bama just came through. When they needed it the most, they got the momentum, and boom, it was literally just instant, bro. Just boom. So shout out Bama, man. These guys are still resilient. Now it's like they're coming back. Like don't sleep on Bama again. I mean, like you just said, 4 fucking top 20 wins. That's insane. Bama,
back to back.
Bro, Bama's making some real headlines here. I don't remember the rest of the schedule. I think they still have like 1 to 2 tough.
Oklahoma.
Opponents. Yeah, it's like Oklahoma's still in there. Oklahoma's still they're fighting
LSU.
for a spot. We'll talk about that one in a minute. But yeah, I mean, Alabama, man, they're making some steam. I think Tennessee, this loss definitely hurts. I think this is 2 L's overall, so it hurt. You know, now they're basically begging that stuff shapes out for them to even make a playoff spot, because we could already just to take them out the SEC championship. Realistically, they're probably not going to be able to make it given how the SEC is forming. But hey, they can still bounce back. I mean, that's the reason why the playoffs are here.
There's still a chance.
There's still a chance.
You got Oklahoma, and Vandy.
You
have to get back.
Chance is still there. So, hey, they're definitely a great dominating game for sure by Alabama. That when it flipped, bro, it was basically like they couldn't stop it no more. So, there we go. Congratulations, Alabama, man. What about you, Rat?
Oh man, Roll Tide. How we feeling, huh? How we feeling about DeBoer, man? How we feeling, huh? We loving him. We keeping him. Yeah. I mean, what? You said 4 in a row, the most in SEC, like ever history.
Ever. 4 straight top 20 opponents.
Like, I'm not gonna lie. Like, obviously we all was like, damn, DeBoer seemed like he's not living up to it. You know, he about to be out of here. Look at him now, bro. DeBoer had it. He just had to find his footing. I'm not gonna lie. I didn't know if he had it or not, because like I said, he came from Washington, going over to the SEC, so he had to settle into that. So it's like, but now here he is. He 4 in a row, and Alabama looking like they were going back to their old ways, looking like Alabama's going to be that team to be watching out for, just like the rest of these SEC teams as well. But it's always been Alabama or Georgia, and here it is. Obviously, Alabama. We thought we might get it a couple years out. We might not see Alabama, competing for a little bit. They might get like 2 losses, 3 losses, possibly, the way it was looking. But no, seems like they might end their season with 1 loss. Maybe. We'll see. We'll see how it goes. But the way they're looking strong. So yeah, when I was watching this, I'm not gonna lie. When they was making that drive before, that pick 6, I like, damn, this gonna be a close game. right? I was like, they finna be banging out. Ryan Williams catching, like, he looking back to his old self. I'm like, damn, this might be a good game. I'm pretty sure. A little quick review. Obviously, you already said it was like 9 seconds left, and then they did that action play, bro. Joey Aguilar threw that behind the fucking the receiver. By the way, it was like
bad decision.
That throw had to be away and towards the sideline and up and out. Like, but that one, I was like, Jesus. And then we seen the corner just come in and just swoop it. He's seen it all the way too. That's the crazy part. And then it was just big sick. I was like, damn, bro. That's how that drive end. I was like, yeah, pack it up, buddy. We're in Tuscaloosa and nighttime game, prime time game right now, and you giving that to Alabama with a healthy Ryan Williams. You know, granted he did score, but you definitely felt him on that field. So, and obviously Ty Simpson just running up his Heisman campaign. So, honestly, you could have asked for a better game from Alabama. Yeah, that's all I got.
Bro, the safety mixed in with the pick six, bro. I'm like, yo, Joey's tripping, bro. Joey tripping out there. He didn't have help from his wide receivers though. Like I seen a couple bad passes or a couple bad drops. But I remember Mike Matthews. It was like on like their own or on the opposite teams, like 40, 35 type shit, and he dropped it. I'm like, damn. He ended up having a 4th down play, redeeming himself. I remember the tight end dropped a bad pass too. Yeah, nothing was really like clicking for all the offense for Tennessee. I don't know what the fuck was going on, but again, this is the number one like everybody was saying this is the number one offense. Bro, I did not see that out there, bro. And I was really pissed because I seen Brazzell get 2 like passes to him at the start of the game, and I'm like, okay, they're trying to get him started because he had a down week last week. I'm like, okay, let's get his numbers up. Let's go. He's ready for it. And no. There was actually like I remember a DPI in the end zone at the end of the game where Brazzell was 1-on-1, bro, and he got the DPI, and I'm like, that's what you should have been like feeding for, bro. You don't need it every single trip, but that's how good Brazzell is. He's gonna make the play or get the PI, bro. And it was at the end of the game when nothing fucking mattered no more. And I'm pretty sure the game clock ran out, bro. These guys was feeding to try to get that fucking touchdown at the end of the game, and the clock ran out. I'm like, yo, it's fucking trash, bro. not Tennessee, not trash, but yo, holy shit, bro. I ain't gonna lie, it's gonna be tough for them. This is kind of like what you kind of was scared of. The big dogs, you just got ran out by SEC, the old SEC in Georgia and Alabama. We thought when a new SEC was going to be on their way, Texas A&M's handling their business, but they've been able to avoid Alabama and Georgia up to this point. But Tennessee had 2 opportunities. They wasn't able to take it. And now they dropped to 5-2. And yeah, the SEC championship's out the window. I guess they control their own destiny if they could beat Alabama or Oklahoma and Vanderbilt. But at the end of the day, is a 2-loss Tennessee going to get in there if they have a ranked Oklahoma win and a Vanderbilt win? I don't know up to this point. But it's possible. It's possible for sure. Moving on, we got another ranked matchup, bruh. The USC Trojans, number 20 in the country, go to Notre Dame. Notre Dame ranked number 13, and it's a must-win for I think both teams, bruh, if they want to keep their playoff hopes alive. Notre Dame ends up winning 34-24. Yeah, Jeremiah Love's a good fucking guy, man. Like, he's a good football player, y'all. So, what the fuck was USC's game plan? I'm like, yo, this man Jeremiah Love on first drive is on your ass. What the fuck is that front 7 doing? Like, bro, I don't understand the defensive gameplay. Was it, hey, let's eliminate CJ Carr's weapons at the wide receiver and say, fuck it, 4-24 is going to beat us? Because that's what the fuck happened. Like, yo, 228 yards for Jeremiah Love.
Jesus Christ.
7 yards for Jadarian Price. What the fuck? Like, bro, yeah. I think they now have the most touchdowns by a running back duo ever in college football. And we're in the game. They both got a touchdown, bro. Jadarian Price and Jeremiah Love. Yeah, they basically. I said, hey, CJ Carr, he might have to get it done with his arm. No, he didn't, bro. Jeremiah Love just that fucking good, I guess, because USC's front 7 is fucking ass. I think. Shout out Faison. He had 60 yards for 6 receptions. But yeah, the second leading receiver on his team is guess who? Jeremiah Love. What the fuck? Like, yo, I'm like, bro, I'm so pissed, bro. Like, bro, they were spamming Jeremiah Love. Handoff, pass. Jeremiah Love. What the fuck? Yo, this dude is a fucking cheat code. But as far as the USC fucking offense, yeah, like, Mayava had, like, a heave at the end of the game for interception, and then he had, like, underthrown. I think he threw a pick on his own, like, 20, bro. That hurt. I think there was a 4th down, like, Yeah, I think they went down and add like a fourth down non-conversion in the red zone. That fucking hurt. But King Miller was less effective today. 18 carries for 70 yards. Jacoby Lane. I said like this guy. If they're gonna try to double Lemon, Jacoby Lane is one of them guys. He's one of the best tools in the country in my opinion. He had 100 yards on a day, touchdown. Makai Lemon. He got his in here and there, but again, it's the play calling for USC, bro. The play calling on both sides of the ball was atrocious. I'm seeing it's raining. So what do we do if we're Lincoln Riley? Let's fucking bro. They fucking pitched it to no. They pitched it to Makai Lemon, and Makai Lemon goes to the sideline about to throw it. I'm like, what the fuck? This dude fumbled the ball, bro. It's raining. Why the fuck are y'all having your wide receiver one throw the ball and when it's raining? It's downpouring. This dude fucking fumbles the ball, and I'm like, yeah, this shit's over with, bro. And then on fourth down, 4th and 1, they had a 1-yard run. They didn't get it. It's 4th and inches. What do they do? Let's play action this shit and fucking try to throw it to the tight end in the rain, and it's fucking, bro. Just run it, bro. Just run it. It's 4th and 1, bro. If fucking King Miller can't get it, bro, fuck it. We ball, bro. But a fucking play action in the fucking rain, and then Makai Lemon about to drop back and throw? What the fuck? Yo. I ain't gonna lie, USC's play calling atrocious. They deserve to lose this game, bro. On all coaching staffs, bro. I don't go fuck whoever fucking yo. Jeremiah Love's fucking 200, bro. He accounted for 250 yards, scrimmage yards, bro. That is fucking insane, bro. This dude's like I understand there's no names on the back of the jerseys, bro. But yo, number 4 on Notre Dame's pretty fucking good, bro. Like, yo, I'm so like appalled, bro. The offensive gameplay, the defensive gameplay, all around, bro. This is like I don't understand, bro. Like I don't understand. VJ, can you make sense of this?
Listen, this game, off rip, I could tell from both game plans. It was like, okay, we'll see which one comes through, and especially didn't help with the weather. For USC, their offensive game plan was to kind of just be balanced, air it out type of thing. The issue is, like you just said, they had a fucking tsunami spawn in. What can you do? I mean, okay, so it was like, all right, whatever. Defensively, I remember hearing it because I was watching the game decently a good bit. That apparently their defensive game plan was to limit CJ Carr, make sure he gets no downfield plays, and just hope for the best for your front seven. I'm like, yeah, you gotta be brain dead. What? So
that's the opposite. Like
that's what I said. You want to exactly
stack the front seven.
They like Notre Dame arguably has the best running back in college football, and they said, you know what? Let's limit the quarterback
in the rain.
What? Yeah, the freshman quarterback. Where I seen him on the zone 20. Look, this was inside the red zone, bro. I seen CJ Carr dance in the pocket. He's like trying to make some shit. Right, he throws it off his back foot, interception. I'm like, yo, that's the guy you're scared of. You're fucking scared of Faison. I was like, yo, Faison's good. Go ahead, BJ.
Bro, it's just, bro. I heard that, I'm like, yo, we must be that we watching our wrong footage. We said we want to limit the quarterback, like we want to stop the quarterback from going downfield. I'm like, buddy, that's what you want him to do. What you want to test him, like, and you said, nah, we're gonna play pure coverage. No stacking the box. We ain't doing none of that. A1 game planning from USC. You know, they played their game right. They lost by fucking a million. It felt like they lost by a million, honestly. The game was a little closer than I thought. But Notre Dame, I mean, they won it in the trenches because it was given to them. No, USC said, yeah, we're playing coverage. They said, yo, Jeremiah Love, they stacking 2 tight end set. Fuck it, we're playing 3-man deep. Why? What are we doing? Are we dumb? So... Hey, congratulations, Notre Dame. This is definitely a must-win. I mean, I'm 100% must-win. This is at the time. This was a ranked win, so they definitely needed it. USC, we could basically count them out if this is the game plan going onwards, and we're just gonna we're gonna give the game plan saying, yeah, you know what, we're gonna do the opposite of what we need to do. Hey, fuck it, we ball. Hey, the players are gonna be good for the draft. Fuck it, bro. That's what I guess. So, hey, what you got, right?
I definitely did not watch this game or the highlights. Honestly, I forgot about this game. But see, yo, I did not when I put up, obviously the scoreboard, bro. The first number I seen was 228. I'm like, 228 what? Rushing? God damn. But bro, it's raining and you want to stop the passing in the rain? Yeah, that don't make sense to me. I don't know. I don't know if like Lincoln Riley what their plan like throughout this week was like, all right, we gotta stop. You know, CJ Carter from throwing the ball. You know, it's gonna be a beautiful day. You know, in South Bend. You know, he'll be throwing that rock. Oh wait, you know, now it's raining. Well, shit, we ain't discussing any other plan. Let's continue with it. So that's what it seemed like. It felt like to me. It's kind of crazy.
I just would have liked a halftime adjustment maybe. Like I watched the TCU and Baylor game, bro, and it was raining so hard. I'm seeing TCU players don't even got gloves on, bro. That's how bad it was, bro. Like they said, bro, the gloves fucking us up. Like we all don't got gloves on. That was crazy to me. So I'm like, bro, if it's raining that hard, bro, they're gonna have to hand that bitch off. Yo. You have anything else, Slicks?
Nope.
Yeah. I don't know. CJ Carter didn't have the best game, but he's a fucking freshman, bro. Like, we'll take it, bro. A ranked win for Notre Dame, and Notre Dame can basically just fucking wait till them playoffs rankings come out because they'll be somewhere around the top 12. Again, they're in what is that, 3 weeks or 2 weeks? They have Navy. Navy should be a ranked team. They're undefeated at this point. But yeah, man, you got Navy on your schedule, bro. Be scared that Notre Dame's gonna fucking lose. I'm joking. What if it actually happens? But yeah, they got Navy and Pitt, bro. It's basically nothing, bro. They should be able to get in this playoffs. I don't know what Freeman. He just likes losing early and then just fucking winning out, bro. That's just how he gets off. I don't know. Miami and Texas A&M. They got the early 2 losses. They bounced back to get these wins and they're racking them up. It was a 10-point game, but it felt like a million, just like y'all said. And yeah, USC, go back to the drawing board, bro. I don't know what the fuck you do. Mayava looked good here and there, but I feel like the game plan was just crumbling. And it's just like I don't know how you go into that halftime. You're just satisfied with yourself, and then you just come out with the same game plan. That's what it felt like, bro. Like you didn't do no adjustments, in my opinion. It fucking sucks because USC is a better football team than this, and this offense is way better than what they showed out there. But the fact that like you couldn't get Mekhi Lemon the ball more, and he had 76 yards, he made the most of the shit, bro. He had like a 42-yard run. I'm like, yo, get Lemon the ball more, bro. And I understand he's getting double, and Jacoby Lane could do it to you, but like, bro, I wish just USC, yo. Lincoln Riley might have to go, bro. I ain't gonna lie. All these coaches firing, bro. Like, this shit pissed me off, bro. Because you're in prime position to take this Notre Dame team down and show me you're legit, bro. Got love for these Big Ten teams, but they're making it hard for me, man. Shout out to Notre Dame. They got their win that they needed. On to the next, bro. On to the fucking next. We got ranked top 10 team in LSU going to Vanderbilt. Vanderbilt number 17. I think we all picked the upset, bro. You know, I think a lot of y'all was just going off what I picked. You know, I'm the expert around here. Diego Pavia hitting a Heisman pose and shit. Bro, I ain't gonna lie, bro. They scored 20 points. LSU did, but it didn't feel like that, bro. It didn't feel like this game was close at all. Maybe that's just me, but Diego Pavia was making it happen. 86 on the ground, 160 over the air, hitting the Heisman post. He was feeling himself. He had 3 TDs, 2 rushing. Yeah. And Nussmeier, I don't know how injured he is, bro. People saying he's like injured, it's not gonna affect his draft stock. Bro, his game, I don't know, bro. Like he has all these weapons, and he was able to account for 200 plus passing yards. But bro, I ain't gonna lie. I said, and also going to the LSU defense, bro. I was like, yo, with Weeks, you know he's gonna be out probably. Yo, he was missing, bro. I ain't gonna lie, bro. He felt like he was missing. I'm seeing a Weeks on there. I'm like, oh shit, is that him? Hell no, that's his fucking brother. His shit, bro, he's fucking ass, bro. Let me chill, bro. He was an ass, but I'm like, yo, this dude is really felt on his defense, bro. And the one thing they can hang the hat on is his defense, but Diego Pavia cut him up, bro. It was close, but bro, I really feel like this game was not close. I feel like Vanderbilt was in the driver's seat for the most part, and now Vanderbilt has a top 10 ranked win, coming off their bye week, and then that Alabama loss. They had some shit to prove, and they came out like it. I feel with Diego Pavia, he in a Heisman pose, he was feeling himself. Yeah, he needed fucking 7 years to be in the Heisman talks, but it's fine. VJ, how we feeling?
Dude,
LSU frauds?
Hey, at this rate, it can be. Shoot. This was I definitely watched this game through and through because this was, I think, the only 12 o'clock game I really even cared about. The rest of the games were pretty mid until we got to like 3:30. So, but watching this game, bruh, I'm looking at it. I'm like, okay, it feels like Vandy has it, but LSU somehow in it. So I'm like, this is college football. You see what happens. We'll see if the switch can flip. Next thing you know, Diego Pavia do turn on the switch or something. I thought bro was like 2012 Johnny Manziel or something. I'm like, yeah, this dude
on the sideline,
bro, he was going insane. I'm like, yo, Diego Pavia might be like the reincarnation, like the next Johnny Manziel replicate or something, because he is doing his thing, bro. He's throwing the ball at like good timing. He's running it, no problem. I'm like, yo. And I remember at the beginning of this season, we all said that LSU defense was for like legit, for real. Granted, like you just said, they were missing weeks for sure, and it definitely was missing. But to still slice up the rest of that damn defense the way he did, I gotta tip my hat to Diego Pavia, man. He did his thing. Heisman pose. He if he could definitely do it more. He's definitely in that conversation. Overall for LSU, it's scary now because the offense is super one-dimensional. Defense is starting to crumble, and you were projected to be arguably this is like one of them. I mean, I remember what you said, Cam, at the beginning. This is one of them LSU type of squads, bro. Especially for the wide receivers, man. It was one of them.
also one of them, man.
I didn't see none of that, man. I don't know. I mean, granted, this is a once in a like while type of Vanderbilt team we're gonna see, and they're making the best of it. Vandy's doing a thing. I think they're now to number 10 officially. So kudos to Vandy, man. We'll see what happens. They got the momentum is steaming. Hey, Vanderbilt might be cooking. I think the next matchup is in. They got College Game Day over there. I forgot who they're facing, but hey, Vandy got Vandy's rolling. Ooh, that could be a sneaky good matchup win if they can pull that one off. I mean, we'll talk about that more later. For sure. Vandy on a roll, man. You get on that Vandy hype if you want, man. But hey, they're there. What about you, Rex?
Yeah, when I was watching the highlight of this game, man, it felt like on both sides of the team, everybody was just creating plays on their feet. It's like they Nussmeier got the ball out quick, and his receiver had to go do something real quick. And it was a lot of the players on defensively. They could not like wrap people up to like stop them from getting away. It was a lot of plays on the feet. So it definitely felt closer with the score, obviously. But yeah, it felt like it was just a Diego Pavia show. Like we just said, he just flipped a switch, and all of a sudden it was just Diego Pavia just doing everything himself. He's throwing that rock. He was just running it. He's seeing the whole field up. All the corners just went that side of the field. I'm about to just run it to the left. It's completely free. Oh look, my O-line gave me the space. I'm gone. It was just like I was like, damn, bro. And then yeah, there's LSU. I don't know how they just crumbled so fast. We definitely was. At least I was high on the LSU defense. I'm like, damn, this defense look like, it might keep LSU, in these talks of like maybe top 4, top 5 if they stay undefeated. But the only question mark was their offense. Like, was Nussmeier going to be able to throw the ball? Was he going to be able to create some plays? Is the receiver going to get wide open? It was definitely very dependent on the offense. But all of a sudden, it seemed like their offense, came alive more than their defense this time around. And kind of crazy how the script basically flipped. Yeah, it's like we was high on your defense. All of a sudden, we need your offense. Your offense, basically, the script basically flipped. Your offense looked like they came to play, but your defense didn't. Like, yeah, the defense won national championships. So if you don't have a defense, well, how far are you gonna get? But yeah, shout out to Diego Pavia. Man, Vanderbilt, it's a long way coming. So enjoy this ride, enjoy the highs, and we'll see how far Vanderbilt get. Because I'm not gonna lie, I'm enjoying this Vanderbilt season they're having right now, and we'll see how far they go. Cameron, final thoughts?
I think the emphasis on the extension of plays by both sides. Pavia was just able to just create more and just like you said, just fucking flush this team right, and I'm just gonna go left, bro.
Yep.
Like, bro, I ain't gonna lie, they was throwing a lot of pressure at Nuss, and he had to just make plays happen. And like you said, bro, he was able to just get the older wide receivers, and they were able to get it done. It just sucks that this wide receiver unit for LSU was supposed to be very good, And today it was good, but someone like Nick Anderson, the transfer, he was supposed to be someone crazy. 5-star, I'm pretty sure, a 4-star coming out of high school, ended up transferring to LSU this year. I'm like, oh shit, we got 2 Andersons on this wide receiver unit that's supposed to be good. Bro, they accounted for fucking 2 catches for 18 yards. Both Andersons. I'm like, yo. Anyways, as I digress, Diego Pavia, he's looking like a Heisman candidate. And they now got a top 10 win. Vanderbilt's looking legit. And the quote that's going around this year is, "This is not your grandma's Vanderbilt. This is a legit Vanderbilt team." And bro, they doing their thing, bro. They got Johnny Manziel on the sideline, fucking not even supporting his fucking Texas A&M alum, and they're the fucking highest ranked Texas A&M team I think ever or some shit now. Like, I hate Johnny Manziel, bro. I think Diego Pavia looked up Johnny Manziel. That's why he's been on the sideline, Dick Ryan a lot, bro. Go to your alum, boy. Like, what the fuck? Go back Marcel Reed in his Heisman campaign. Should be crazy, bro. Every Saturday, this dude's on the sideline like a fangirl. What the fuck? Anyways, we got some Big 12 action. We got the number 17 in the country, Texas Tech. You know, they don't got they starting quarterback, and Sam Leavitt was questionable for this game. Sam Leavitt's in the game. Arizona State. This team has 2 losses on the season. One early to Mississippi State. I say it every week. One to Mississippi State, and then one to Utah last week. They got blown out last week. It was bad. Sam Leavitt was in the game. It looked like fucking all hell broke loose for that offensive line. They were struggling. But this game right here, bro, Arizona State hosted Texas Tech. Will Hammond was struggling early, bro. I don't know what type of looks he was getting, bro. He wasn't as effective as the first time. They came alive in that fourth quarter, and I was like, oh, man. Arizona could not buy a touchdown, bro. Jordan Tyson finally got a touchdown in the third quarter, and I was like, thank God, bro. Bro, they got held to fucking 3 field goals in the first half, and I'm like, yo, this is the type of games where these top 10 teams, these ranked opponents, just able to squeeze out because it's close enough where they could just rank up back-to-back fucking drives for touchdowns, and now it's a game. And Texas Tech had the lead late in the fourth quarter, and Sam Leavitt was able to just find it. I think Jordan Tyson. I remember looking at the stats. I'm like, damn, Jordan Tyson only got fucking 50 yards, and that's with the touchdown on the last drive, bro. He counted for like 50 yards, bro. He ended with like 100 yards, bro. I ain't gonna lie, bro. He took over that last drive, the last scoring drive for Arizona State. I'm like, yo. Thank you. This Arizona State team is actually playing up to their potential, bro. And it sucks that Will Hammond could only find his footing later in the game. But I think the real like down on this offense is Cameron Dickey, bro. This dude it takes over games, bro. Like he 100 yards easily minimum. He got held to 40 yards on 9 carries, bro. I don't know what happened to him, but yo, this is just unacceptable, bro. Like he needed this. Look at this last game. A week ago, he had 263 yards rushing. We talk about fucking Jeremiah Love. This is what Cameron Dickey do on a regular for real. Like, yo, and he had 40 yards. He got held to 40 yards. And it didn't look like he was injured, bro. He's just not effective. But yeah, Will Hammond is supposed to be the guy that could do it both on both sides of the rock, and he just wasn't as effective until that fourth quarter. But I don't know what it was. They seen that forward. They was like, oh shit, we about to go down. I can't do that fucking for the starter. Let me lock in, bro. It sucks that Texas Tech lost, but this is a Big 12 that's still wide open. Arizona State needed this, and they're 3-1 in conference play. Arizona State is, and Texas Tech is 3-1 in conference play. That just show you how close this Big 12 is getting. And Sam Leavitt and Jordan Tyson actually played up to their standards. They kept it very close. I don't know why. I don't know if they get adrenaline rush from that, but I was like, yo, Texas Tech got it, bro. Sam Leavitt about to do some bullshit at the end. It's over, but Arizona State was able to squeeze it out, bro. VJ, how we feel?
Man, realistically, we could just skip to the damn second half. That's basically when the game really started, because that first half was slow.
Field goal.
It was slow. But that second half, bro, it was like a flip, and stuff started happening quicker. And I was like, okay, now they feeling desperate. They going for it. And I definitely saw a little bit of it. No, it didn't really get my like full watch into it, but I definitely was taking good peeks in here and there. But I really saw that fourth quarter when it was basically score change after score change. I was like, yo, it's going wild. I remember Texas Tech I think they got the lead with it was like less than 2 minutes. It was like maybe 1 minute remaining. I was like, oh, they might have just solidified it. And then next thing you know, I was like, you know what? I'm gonna go use the bathroom real quick. You know, it's a commercial break. I come back, Arizona State won.
Play.
Bruh.
No.
I was like, yo.
Yeah.
I went to go use the bathroom. I was like, yo, all I need to do was take a quick pee break. How Arizona State win? Texas Tech was just up. That's college football, man. I mean, the the bathroom merchant unfortunately got to me, and that's what happens in football nowadays. So one play happens, I basically missed the whole game. I'm like, yeah. Congratulations, Arizona State, though. They definitely needed this win. Texas Tech, I mean, undefeated, no more. They dropped down, and especially it was in conference loss too, so that definitely hurts for them. Obviously they're still in it. I mean, first loss, you could take one loss, especially in the Big 12 conference, to where it's like stuff is still flying around. So not the end of the world for them, but hopefully they bounce back. Arizona State, though, hopefully they take this win for granted, get some momentum, and really like push it again. So we'll see what happens. Well, what about your thoughts about this one, right?
Yeah, I to be honest, I didn't really watch this game, so I didn't watch the game in general because I did not.
God damn it!
Yeah, I did not watch this game. Yeah, I didn't watch the game.
All right. For VJ, look at this last quarter. I'm gonna take you to the final like 7 minutes, bro. Okay, Texas Tech puts together a good drive with 11 plays, 48 yards, 3.5 minutes, bro. 3 and out for Arizona State. They were able to get a 36-yard punt and just play the field position. One play, 12 yards for Texas Tech. They just easily get the score, back-to-back scores, touchdown, punt, score. And then that's when, bro, Sam Levy get back out there. They were able to put together a great drive. You got a PI that helped a lot and was able to just give them the win. There was a couple penalties on this last drive, but bro, Sam Levy put together a great drive, 10 plays, 75 yards with 126 of time taken. Like, that's crazy, bro. That's crazy. There was a heave at the end of the game, but Will Hammond just to throw it up, it was close. It was just a jump ball, but it wasn't nothing. It wasn't nothing. They didn't get it. But you said Texas Tech, they still have a lot of confidence. They have a BYU game up. And BYU, we're gonna talk about them next. They got them in a couple weeks, so that's like kind of like a must win if they want to go for the Big 12 championship. And we're talking about this Texas Tech team that put a lot into their transfers and money and everything. I think Patrick Mahomes is the reason for that. He's an alum there. I'm pretty sure he just wasted that fucking Chiefs contract to get Texas Tech's football relevant again. But yeah, Texas Tech is now 4th in the Big 12. And then you got Houston, who has 1 loss right under them. Arizona State right above them. Cincinnati, BYU, undefeated in conference play. That's how the Big 12 is shaping up. These 5 teams potentially are the runners for the Big 12 championship. It's going to be interesting. We could be seeing a Texas Tech BYU preview to what can happen in the Big 12 championship later on in the season. I don't know, but yeah, this is a big win for Arizona State. They're back ranked again, bruh. Hopefully they keep that, bruh. But yeah, Arizona State's schedule isn't the hardest, but there's games that could drop. Houston next up on their schedule, and Houston is tied with them in conference play with 1 loss apiece. And then you got Iowa State, West Virginia, Colorado, Arizona, all winnable games. Should be winning all them games, but nothing where Arizona State has to get upset to get a win the rest of the way. Moving on, we got another Big 12 game. The Holy War, Utah 23 goes to BYU, untested BYU at 15. They got a Bear Bachmeier, a quarterback that wears 47 at quarterback, freshman, and he put on a show. I'm seeing him hurdle people. I'm seeing him, bro. He put up 64 yards on the ground. That's 166 in the passing game. And Devin Napier actually showed up today, bro. I'm very questionable on him as a quarterback. He should be fucking a running back, a fucking slot. I don't know, but he actually was throwing that rock, man. I ain't gonna lie. I'll tip my cap to him. But Bear Bachmeier, that 4th quarter, like bro, it's very similar. I don't know why the Big 12 play just like to play in the 4th quarter, but 14 points apiece in the 4th quarter, bro. It was something, man. And Bear Bachmeier, he had, bro, BYU shocked me, bro. This is the one of the games that we all picked wrong, and BYU made us eat our words, bro. I don't know why I got an obsession with fucking. Never mind. I don't know what my choice of words is. But yeah, VJ, go ahead. My words and shit. Pause.
Unfortunately, I wasn't able to truly watch this game heavy just because the night game slot was heavily contested by 2 other damn good teams. But I was able to catch my eye basically in the 4th quarter, and I was keeping track of the score mainly throughout the entire time. Mm-hmm. For score-wise, it felt like BYU had that step the entire way. I mean, that's the way it looked by score. But like I said, when I started watching the 4th quarter, you said it yourself, Bear Bachmeier, man. He did his thing. I got to shout out Bear Bachmeier because, he's part Asian, we got to represent. So appreciate that boy. But nah, he showed out. BYU definitely, they proven themselves on a good Utah, usually a good solid Utah. And I mean, this is definitely a win they needed. Now they, this could help them, set themselves up in the future because like you just said, I forgot who you just said, but they definitely have a tough next game, I believe. Who did you say again?
Two games. I think in 2 games they got Texas Tech.
Yeah, bro. That's a game. I mean that is for sure something you want to build up to. But you basically this game for BYU, you basically proven that you can win. You could beat a solid, credible team and win it. They got to build off of it, and hopefully, they keep that steady momentum for Utah. It's rough because y'all didn't look bad. Y'all played decent, but I believe now they're at 2 losses, so it's kind of like, it's kind of thinning it now. Like you need chess pieces to move for you before you can make that move yourself. Is the way I see it for them, but it's not the end of the world. It's college football. So tomorrow, next thing you know, they're number 1 seed. So I don't know. That's how stuff works nowadays. So, hey, what about your thoughts for this one, right?
I only seen a little bit of it, to be honest. I was watching like the the first half is. I'm like, all right. Seemed like this might be a close game than I thought, and it is obviously 21-24. But I was like, all right, Utah should lock it in after this half, and secure it because this BYU haven't been tested yet. Here we go. They both banging out freaking 14 point apiece, and BYU take it out. Was I expected? Hell nah. But shout out Devon Napier, fucking putting 244 yards up. Was I expecting that? Hell no, because fucking Cam week by week did not believe in this guy. So for him to do what he did here, I mean, it wasn't enough this week, and this is against this BYU who wasn't even tested yet. So I don't know where Utah go from here, but BYU is about to get tested soon against that Texas Tech team, and Texas Tech might. Let's see how they get battle tested against them. But overall, I'll keep my shit simple and sweet. Shout out BYU. They got tested and they barely came out, and that's what kind of to be expected. In this type of close game, we don't know what team's going to show up. BYU obviously looking like the more undefeated team, but Utah's the more tested team. But BYU's keeping it be known like, hey, we might have not been tested, but we're here to stay. Cameron, final thoughts?
Utah has Cincinnati still on their schedule. I think that's in like 2-3 weeks, something like that. They don't control their destiny no more. Big 12 championship is in other people's hands. That's just if they're able to go, and then the playoffs we gotta talk about because they have to basically win, in my opinion. They got Utah has 2 losses on the schedule. It's to a number 11 now team, BYU, and then Texas Tech. So these are 2 good losses if you count that as a thing. But again, when it comes to the Big 12 championship, it might be out the window. I don't know how voters are gonna look at it as far as playoffs. But again, Napier played great game. You had great rushes from LJ Martin and Bray. Bray broke off like I think a 49-yard touchdown or something like that for Houston. And again, it just wasn't enough. Devin Napier had a great game. It didn't matter. And yeah, this Big 12 is shaping up real nice. And I think BYU now at 7-0 put a lot of doubters to rest. And it's just, can you not slip up? Can you not lose the games that you're supposed to win? Because there was definitely a couple like bad clock management situations, a couple plays where it's like, why are you going for it on 4th down when you're up like I think 7? Just make it a 2-score game. I think it was late in the 4th. They was trying to get fancy with it because they were in like the red zone or something like that. And I'm like, why are y'all going for it on 4th down? You lucky that Houston or Utah couldn't get anything with it. But that was one of the things. And it was poor clock management. I think they had no timeouts left. And it was like, they had like 11 seconds left. They could have caught a hike and then just had a quick pass, just jump ball or something. But they just waited and they was like confused. They didn't know what to do, and then they just had to like fucking spike it and then take the field goal. I'm like, y'all was playing. So that's basically how I look at BYU. Fix the little coaching shit that you can fix. As far as that goes, and just take the points when they're given to you. Don't get cute, because a team like Texas Tech or Cincinnati even could make you pay for that. But with that being said, we go into the 2-minute drill. We got Friday Night Lights, basically. We talked about number 2 going down. Number 25, I'm like, Nebraska, you're ranked again. Can you not choke? Well, they decided to choke. Drake Lindsay had a great game. They hosted, Minnesota hosted Nebraska. They basically beat the dog shit out of them. I'm not gonna lie, bro. They won 24-6. This is a Minnesota defense that showed up. And let's go down. 9 fucking sacks to 1 sack. Yo, you're not gonna win too many games like that. Dylan Raiola was fighting for his life. He was making plays, but at the end of the day, it was just not enough. They couldn't get in the end zone all night, bro. They scored their first 2 scores in the first quarter with 3 points apiece, and then basically Minnesota defense just choked them out. Again, like it sucks that they don't have no like run game they could fall on. But yeah, Dylan Raiola's taking these sacks game in and game out. And if you're a defense, you're licking your chops whenever you face Dylan Raiola because his O-line doesn't help. But also, Dylan Raiola thinks he's fucking Patrick Mahomes out there. He had a couple of like crazy plays where he fucking do it with his left. I'm like, yo, what does this guy think he is? He's not Patrick Mahomes, and the 9 sacks show them that he's not fucking Patrick Mahomes. Lock in, bro. But yeah, Nebraska, again, unranked now, took their second loss of the season. And yeah, just when you think Matt Rule is going to get that Penn State job, he does some shit like this. That's why Matt Rule is not fit for the Penn State job. Moving on, we got late night, Friday Night Lights. We got Bill Belichick going to Cal, and Sugapatelli, one of my favorite freshmen. Bro, he's legit, bro. I'm not going to lie, bro. He had a scary, I think he got hit, like, in the head or some shit. He was in the concussion protocol. I'm like, oh shit, Devin Brown's in the game. He complete one for one, bruh. Yeah, get him the fuck out the game, bro. He couldn't do shit on the field, bro. He had 1 pass and that was it. Sugapatelli's really him. Came back in the game. But Gio Lopez, bro, I've been critical of Gio Lopez because like he transferred in and hasn't done shit. But this game it was him, bro. I thought he was gonna be able to get this. But look at these fucking fumbles. Yo, 3 fumbles? Yo, this Leacock dude, bro. Bro, they were on the goal line. North Carolina trying to score. Look, we can go play by play. Bro, they were trying to score, bro. This dude Leacock fucking fumbles on a fucking goal line. It was this 11-play drive. They take it all the way down. Bro, passing complete to Leacock. 12 yards recovered on the goal line, bro. They didn't even do nothing with it, bro. And then they fucking, yeah, don't talk about that. No, bro, 3 fucking fumbles, bro. Like, you're not going to win too many games on that. That sucks. Gio Lopez really wanted this, bro. And he was actually playing really well, bro. Like 19 for 35 is fucking atrocious. But, bro, he was making the plays that he needed to play to keep this game close. And Sugapatelli left the game, came back. And then this day, Jesus guy, 100 yards. Oh, I don't know where the fuck he came from, but he came out of nowhere and started balling. Move on to the Friday games or Saturday games. We got Georgia Tech undefeated going to Darian Mintz's Duke Blue Devils. And they basically they did their thing. I ain't gonna lie. I love the way Haynes King played. He again 120 on the ground, 205 over the top passing wise. And yeah, I ain't gonna lie. Mensah, he played well. He puts up the stats. But again, I just question, like, bro, the Barcade fucking bailout, 172 yards is crazy, bro. That man, Darian Mensah, knows how to get the ball out, but as far as winning games, bro, it's tough. I'm not gonna lie, bro. It's very tough. It sucks because G-Tech kind of like it kept it close, and then in the fourth quarter, it was a chokeout job. They basically came back and just made this unattainable for Duke, and this is a game I thought was gonna be. It was close, but. Again, Duke falls to 4-3 on the season, 3-1 in ACC play. I thought it was a game that Georgia Tech could slip up on. But as far as the rest of the season goes, they should be able to win out. They have Georgia at the end of the schedule, and that's going to be their only loss up to that point, probably. And yeah, they look like they're going to be in the ACC championship easily. So shout out Georgia Tech and Haynes King. He's doing it every week, bro. I was expecting him to drop one by now, but they haven't. All right. We got the Washington Huskies scoring 7 points on the Michigan Wolverines. The Michigan Wolverines, the same ones that lost to this USC team that has bad game plan. Bro, I don't know what Washington did, bro. Like, yo, you don't got fucking Haynes in the game, Justice Haynes in the game. So let's let Jordan Marshall put up 133 on our fucking heads. Yo, this game was irritating to watch, bro, because Bryce Underwood looked better in the passing game, put up 230, 21 for 27, 2 touchdowns. He looked better. He looked better. But, bro, what the fuck is Washington's offense doing, bro? Like Jonah Coleman's supposed to be one of the better running backs in the Big Ten. He was ineffective, bro. He was not effective at all. And Damon Williams had 3 interceptions. Those were bad interceptions. I'm not going to lie, bro. It was bad decision-making on his end. I think he threw one on his own, like, 20-yard line, bro. Like, it was bad. But Bryce Underwood, in my opinion, the reason he was like a check-down merchant, bro. He was just hitting his check-downs. That's why his numbers look like that. But, again, Washington scored 7 points. You're not gonna win too many games like that, if any. And yeah, Michigan basically made it look easy. I'm not gonna lie. But yeah, Damon Williams, this is probably his worst game up to this point. It sucks for him. But yeah, they have a chance to bounce back. If they bounce back, is up to them. They face number 23 Illinois this week. So yeah, good luck to them. They got Oregon on the back end of their schedule, so it's gonna be tough for them to keep this dream of maybe a playoff or anything else alive. I think the only thing they get is a bowl game. Then we got Arizona going to Houston. No Fafita versus Connor Wigman, two good quarterbacks in the Big 12, and Houston was able to get it late in the game. It sucks because this is a game that Arizona kind of needed. They're 1-3 in Big 12 play. They got basically 3 out of 4 of their last losses, and you win against Oklahoma State, which it's Oklahoma State. You're pretty trash if you lose that game. But Iowa State, BYU, and now Houston, they dropped 2. They got a couple other ranked matchups on their shit, but Arizona's season is basically been over with. It was just who Big 12 teams can they fuck up. But yeah, 4 sacks to 1, or 4 sacks to 0. Arizona ain't do shit. Connor Wigman had his way basically. 3 touchdowns, no interceptions. Dean Connors, 100 yards, 20 carries, made it look clean out there. And yeah, not much to say. Arizona just doesn't have the pass catchers in my opinion to make anything crazy happen. And have Fafita have options. He was able to go 24 for 26, 269, and still lost. It sucks. Baylor versus TCU. This is a rainy game. It wasn't clean at all, and TCU was able to pull it out. Josh Hoover, 3 touchdowns. Sawyer Robertson, 3 interceptions. But the big thing is Michael Trick. He's supposed to be an NFL prospect. He's a big ass fucking. What do they classify him as? A tight end? Yeah, a tight end, but he's fast enough to be a receiver. He's tall as shit. He basically got taken out of the game. A lot of these 3 catches, these 3 catches were like at the end of the game. TCU took him out of the game, wasn't making him a factor, and yeah, in return, TCU basically made this fourth quarter look good. They had a good second quarter, as you can see, with 21 points. But yeah, Baylor couldn't get anything done. Once you took Trick out the game, it was, hey, what could Sawyer Robinson do? What else? With anything else? 52 attempts as a passer is kind of fucking crazy. Find something else, especially when you have 3 TDs. Kind of fucking sucks. But yeah, again, Big 12 play. 5-2 TCU gets a second Big 12 win, and Baylor drops to 2-2 as well with that Big 12 loss. All right, we have this interesting game. This very interesting game. Oklahoma 14th, basically, I would say beat the shit out of fucking Lenore Sellers 26-7. There was a goal line stand where Lenore had to basically try to take it himself. He got stopped at the goal line on 4th down. He couldn't do shit, bro. John Napier, it was very limited game plan in the passing game because you have Blaylock, this freshman standout. 19 carries for 100 yards. He could do whatever he wants. He was basically, bro, John Napier wasn't doing so much. He didn't need to throw over the top. He was hitting his check downs. He was doing little intermediate passes. And I didn't have to do too much at all. And to get this win, and this just shows how bad South Carolina is. Like, oh my God, I'm asking for, bro, why is Lenore Sellers have to throw to his brother, bro? His brother is not good, bro. He's a fucking freshman. He's 5'11". Yo, this man Sellers throwing the Sellers, bro. This is the whole team, bro. Bro, get the dad out there, bro. Like, I need a fucking running back, bro. Like, holy shit. The dad will run up the middle. Nick Harbor. I need him. Like, he had a great touchdown in that. Great dot by Norris, but, bro, 22 yards is not going to get it done, bro. Nick Harbor is a future NFL wide receiver, in my opinion, bro. Day 2 pick. Get him the ball, bro. It's not that hard. Yeah, as far as the running game, I don't expect much from Faison. It sucks. But yeah, Lenore's basically has to drop back and pray that his offensive line likes to block this time. But if they don't, I have to like fucking cut up and fucking fix my glasses after the play because I got fucking smacked. Like, holy shit. Like, bro, I'm so irritated with the South Carolina team, bro. Like, I ain't gonna lie, bro. Coaching change, offensive coordinator change, fucking holy shit, bro. I'm telling you, bro, get Grandpa out there to call plays, bro. Because holy shit, this whole Sellers fucking team in the bloodline is a whole South Carolina offense, bro. Bro, this is so annoying. Oklahoma did what they needed to do. And again, they got the fucking death lineup, so this is the game that they kind of needed. You know, let's make sure fucking Matier's ready to go for this top 10 matchup in Ole Miss. You got 17 Tennessee, Alabama, Missouri, LSU. Holy shit. They're trying to do what Alabama just did basically and getting all these top 20 wins in a row, man. They got to get 5. But yeah, Oklahoma is kind of an afterthought in this SEC that's basically so tight knit, bruh. You got like 8 teams that are 1 loss or better. And yeah, Oklahoma's going through the death lineup right now. But it started out with this South Carolina win, and not even South Carolina win, the Lenore Sellers win. That's basically what we're gonna call that. UCF trying to prevent a 4-game slide, I think. I think they lost 3 in a row. Taven Jackson's back. He actually looked good. You know, I'm very critical of him. But yeah, he looked very good. 23 for 34, 277, 2 touchdowns. And yeah, you got West Virginia. Yeah, they're playing like 7 quarterbacks in there. They don't know who the quarterback is, and it's fucking halfway through the season, bro. Like, yo, I ain't gonna lie. And it was close. Look at this. Look at this second half, bro. It was only down 7 at halftime, bro. And then UCF opened the gates, and that's when West Virginia tried to make a QB change, and they put up 0 points and then 6 in the fourth. Yeah, you're not gonna do shit. They got that belt. Yeah, I guess fun game to watch if you're a UCF fan. If you're a Mountaineer fan, you probably checked out of this pretty fucking early in the second half. And yeah, again, UCF trying to bounce back, and they did. Now 4-3. Not gonna do shit. It was just a fun game to watch, I guess. Indiana, you know, Signetti just got that big contract extension, and now they host Michigan State. What's Michigan State gonna do? Aiden Childs is gonna play pretty fucking well. The whole gameplay for Michigan State was try to hold the ball as long as possible. As you can see, we can go to play-by-play. 7 minutes. 5 minutes. This is the 2 drives in the first quarter. They settled for a field goal. Michigan State did, and Mendoza trying to keep on that Heisman campaign. They was like, you put up 3, shit, we could do 7 for you. Oh, they scored a touchdown. We got a touchdown for you. 8 minutes. Look at this. And then they finally got a punt. Okay, touchdown. Okay, end of half. Touchdown. Missed field goal. Touchdown. Punt. Downs. Field goal. End of game. Like, they didn't need to do anything in this fourth quarter because the game was already out of hand by the fourth quarter. Like, Michigan State tried. Aiden Childs played a pretty good game, but now Michigan State drops to 0-4 in Big Ten play, the 3-4 in the season. Indiana, it doesn't matter what game plan you give them, they're gonna open it up. They basically play conservative ball until they got the lead, and that's when they just started opening shit up. 4 plays touchdown, 8 yards touchdown, or 8 plays touchdown. It was good. It was pretty good, but we checked the box score. Yeah, this Mendoza guy's pretty good. 332 with 4 touchdowns. Made it look pretty easy. I was thinking his brother was going to play fucking Alfredo Mendoza and shit, bruh. I was waiting for him to get put in the game. I'm like, why is he in with, like, they're up 35-13 in the fourth quarter, bruh. Just sub in, bruh. Like, you trying to risk Mendoza getting injured or something? Anyways, Indiana takes care of business at home. All right. One of the most shocking, not so shocking games was Taylor Green and Arkansas hosting Texas A&M at number 4. And bro, I can't ask the Texas A&M offense to do much more, bro. I'm like, why is this game close? Field goal, touchdown, punt, touchdown, field goal, touchdown, punt, end the game. Yo, like, bro, they put it to what, twice in that game? Like, are you serious right now? No, yeah, they did. They punted twice in this game, bro, and only won by 3. Like, are you fucking serious? They got downs. Like, bro, punt. Like, I ain't gonna lie, bro. And I can't even be mad at this Texas A&M defense because I feel like they played pretty fucking well, bro. This man Taylor Green was just doing whatever he wanted somehow, bro. Like, Washington had a couple breakaways for big yardage, 57 being the long. But, yo, I'm not gonna lie, bro. Taylor Green was just hitting everything, bro. He was avoiding contact. He was looking like the senior he is, just launching shit. I'm like, yo, how did he complete that? How did he get away from that? I don't know. But, again, this offense is tested every single week. Another shootout for them. They had a shootout early in the season with Notre Dame. They had a shootout here, and they played damn near perfect, bro. The Texas A&M is legit. Like, bro, they got Bethel Roman. Their third wide receiver was the leading receiver on this team, bro. In a shootout, like they was leaning on their third. Look, KCC, Mario, look, bro, they accounted for like damn near 200 yards, all 3 of them. But yeah, as far as this Arkansas team goes, yeah, Bobby Pacino trying to keep that job as interim head coach, and he's just trying to fuck up everybody else's SEC play, but not Texas A&M this week. Texas A&M was able to squeeze this one out. But shout out Arkansas, shout out Taylor Green, bro. I think he has NFL potential with his size, weight, and capabilities at the quarterback position. He played very well. 85 on the rushing, 2 rushing touchdowns. You know, 5 touchdowns accounted for Taylor Green. He's a guy I looked at this year could potentially do something, and now Arkansas just looking at they're trying to fuck up everybody else's SEC schedule. But Texas A&M would not fall the victim to that. And now we move on to Clemson's ass. We know that, but how ass? Man, I heard Dabo in the post-game interview talking about, yeah, I'll break championships back to Clemson. It may not be this year. I'm like, yeah, no fucking shit, it's not this year, buddy. You're fucking trash. SMU and Kevin Jennings just beat fucking Clemson. They had a backup quarterback, yes. Viz looked pretty good. Threw for 300, 3 touchdowns, but Clemson couldn't get anything early going. Viz was struggling out. Not, I wouldn't say struggling out there, but he couldn't find. I seen drops. I think TJ Moore dropped a potential touchdown pass. I think the biggest thing is you don't see somebody in this, and that's Brandon Wesco. Wesco's gonna be out for the rest of the season, and I don't blame him, bro. Like if I fucking chip my fucking toenail, bro, I would be out for the rest of the year. I do not want to be on this Clemson team, bro. But TJ Moore, Antonio Williams is still one of the 2 best wide receivers in the country, and I say best, very loosely, because there's a lot of other good wide receivers out there. But yeah, I don't know when Klubnik's gonna be back. Shit, he's probably out for the season. Oh no, he's want to go to the NFL draft. I would too. This Clemson team is dog shit. They just lost to SMU. That just is a telltale of how bad they are. You thought things were gonna get better after them early 3 losses, and you got 2 back-to-back wins against some dog shit teams, and then you lose to SMU. They got ranked Louisville right there. You got Duke, you're probably gonna lose to South Carolina, Florida State, fucking Furman. Like fucking Furman. You're gonna lose to Furman, man. I don't know what to tell you. Clemson's dog shit, Dabo. You need to stop fucking talking, bro. You need to get the fucking wins, bro. Talking about I'm gonna bring championships to Clemson. It may not be this year. Like, yo, you know it's not gonna be this year, buddy. Like you lucky to even have this job still, I feel. Anyways, UNLV undefeated in the Mountain West. I look at these kind of games, these Mountain West, these American conferences, as and these undefeated teams as potential Group of 5 representatives for the college football playoffs. And I ain't gonna lie, UNLV didn't look bad for the most part, bro. They actually looked pretty good. And then it was like Boise State was just better, bro. Boise State just kind of just took this one late in the game and put up 56 on a fucking head top, bro. I was not expecting that, bro. This third quarter was crazy. This third quarter was the game right here. 0-21. But shout out UNLV. They look legit. It's first time watching them, and they didn't look bad at all, I would say. And then you got Mississippi State and Billy Napier's last game as the head coach at Florida. Mississippi State 4-3 on the season. 0-3 in the SEC play now. Lost only by 2 points to Florida. And we'll get into Billy Napier later, so I'm not gonna speak on him for right now. But yeah, DJ Lagway, 2 interception game. Fuck. I wouldn't say he's back to his old ways, man. But yo, Vernell Brown, this freshman right here, is pretty fucking good, man. I think he's the future of Florida football, whoever that head coach is gonna be later. But Jaden Ball, bro, he put up 150 on the ground, bro. He single-handedly damn near won this game for them. Blake Shapen had some costly turnovers to end the game. Sucks for him. Mississippi State just trying to, again, just be on there. Just be on there, fuck everybody else. Let's be on Arkansas shit and try to fuck up everybody else's schedule. Florida's not going to fall victim to that. They're now 2-2 in SEC play. Got their 3rd win of the season, now heading into the bye week. And yeah, Florida's good, man. I ain't going to lie, bro. Yeah, this is not Florida football right here, bro. This is not Florida football right here. And I was like, yo, they got to win convincingly for the head coach to keep their job. And he did not at all, bro. This is a scary game to even be close. And the fact that he was able to pull it out, good for you. But yeah, at least you end on a win. Oregon. Rutgers. Just trying to see how good they're going to be. Are they going to return back to their final form that they were before the loss to Indiana? Yeah, they're still a good team. They put a 56 on their head top, 28 in the second quarter. And didn't even show up in the fourth quarter. They didn't need to, bruh. Rutgers, Kelly McManus is not a bad quarterback at any means. These 2 interceptions and only 8 completions is kind of telltale to how good Oregon is. KJ Duff isn't bad. Ian Strong isn't a bad wide receiver, but yeah, they didn't really do anything. Kenyon Sadiq, I don't know about his health. He got an intercept. He caught a touchdown and was he's shaken up by it. He didn't even celebrate or nothing. So I want to keep an eye on that. But look at this backfield, bro. 225 yards. Noah Whittington, Jordan Davison. I'm pretty sure they got a running back in here that transferred, and he had a red shirt because of how deep this running back core is. I think he's 5th or 4th on the depth chart. Oregon's crazy, bro. Oregon crazy. Dante Moore, 15 for 20, 290, 4 touchdowns, 1 interception. The interception, what was it? Hang on, I got notes. I could go to. Because I really wanted to see. Hang on. Yeah, Rutgers scored 6 in garbage time. That's one thing. So they basically should have lost fucking 3-56. 56 on Rutgers is kind of crazy. Hang on. I can't find it. It doesn't matter. Yeah, fuck the nose. Anyways, Oregon's a good team. That's all you need to know. Washington State, they're trying to come back off that the potential upset loss to who was it? Missouri? Was it Missouri? Let's check. Got it right here. No, it was Ole Miss that almost fucking lost the week prior. But they took a loss to Virginia and it was close again. Jamari Taylor with 47, 17 Ks, not that effective. But yeah, Chandler Morris is the guy. He was able to squeeze this one out. No touchdown, no interceptions. Was just a body on the court, 35 QBR. That's why I don't look at QBR because Chandler Morris played pretty well. But yeah, Voorhees is like the bright point of this Washington offense. He was basically having his way, even though it doesn't look like he did. But he was getting a lot of first downs for them. And I don't know. Look at all these pass catchers, bro. I don't know what the fuck the quarterback was doing making it happen. But again, this is a close game. Nothing crazy. It's just another Virginia win. And Virginia's going to get not really tested until the ACC championship if they make it there. But I just really hope they don't get tripped up because Duke and Cal can definitely take you there. It just are they going to? Is Virginia gonna let them? And then you got this SEC matchup. I think it was like a 10 or 12 minute highlights of this game, and people were like, "How'd you make this even 10 minutes?" This game was shit. This game was dog shit to watch, bro. Like you look at this, bro. Look at Texas, bro. 7-3, 3-3, and then fucking 13 points in the fucking second half for Kentucky. Cutter Boley. This is tough. Because Cutter Boley didn't play a bad game by any means, but he had a lot of bad decision making, and he basically showed off his fucking his class. He's definitely a freshman, and what Kentucky's trying to do is Calzada is a transfer quarterback, way older than Kentucky, but they're trying to keep Cutter Boley in the game. Hey, he's gonna be the future. We don't want Calzada back in the game because we're trying to give Cutter Boley the keys. And he played well. 31 for 39 isn't bad, but a lot of bad decision making, and they could have scored a lot more if he didn't make the bad decisions. Arch Manning didn't have a good game by any means, and that's kind of just the norm for now. And yeah, this is just an ugly game all around. You're just lucky that Texas is able to squeeze this one out in overtime, by the way. Yeah, pretty disgusting. Pretty disgusting. All right. Penn State. Yeah, this team is bad, bro. This team is bad. And Iowa's not a bad team by any means, but man, it sucks. It was late in the game. They had it, and it was just field goal, touchdown, downs, and then end of the game, man. Grunk is out there. He's just a body on the court. He had 2 interceptions, but I don't think he played that bad. He's the future. But Kayshawn Allen, yeah, they kind of used him this game for once. Thank God. But yeah, again, just Iowa just was able to just squeeze this one out later in the game. But look at this Gronowski guy, bruh. 130 yards on the ground. And yeah, this was just a weird game to watch. Look at these. They put numbers on every single quarter, bruh. But yeah, Iowa was able to squeeze out 25-24, but it was ugly game from both sides. I ain't gonna lie. So shout out Iowa for winning. Penn State, yeah, you got a tough matchup coming up. And then another one, the 1-2 team in the country. It doesn't get any better than this, but hopefully you can make something of those games potentially. But I doubt it. Maryland at UCLA. Maryland's trying not to lose, I think, 4 in a row. And UCLA is trying to win their 4th game in a row or something like that, or 3rd game in a row. But yeah. Maryland, it's just I don't know what this defense or offense does at the end of the games. Like they just go like punt, downs, touchdown, punt, missed field goal, punt, interception, touchdown. You finally got it in garbage time. You got your touchdown. But bro, look at this 3rd and 4th quarter, bro. Just 3 and outs all over, bro. This shit is disgusting. I don't know. Maryland's like offensive coordinator needs to figure out what's going on in the second half because they're just like they're not showing up, bro. And shout out Nico. He's doing his thing. He had 2 bad interceptions, I would say. But Frias is like he's great in the backfield, bro. 4 Ks for 97 yards is fucking insane. And I don't even think that he's their starter. 19 Ks for 65 yards for Berger. But yeah, Nico was able to get it done again. And now UCLA is looking like a dangerous team, man. We're gonna see them tested with number 2 Indiana and Ohio State on their schedule. Washington, USC. But we could be looking at a potential upsets for a lot of them games, man. 4 straight losses and 3 straight wins. Shout out UCLA. Yeah, Syracuse, Ricky Collins at quarterback. They hosted Pittsburgh, and the freshman Heinschel is looking legit out there. He's in, bro. I don't know what else to say. But Ricky Collins, I don't know, bro. His decision making is atrocious. Their quarterback got injured in the Clemson game, out for the season. So this is what they're gonna have to roll with for the rest of the season, and it's gonna be a rough couple rest of the games for the regular season. Because Ricky Collins threw 3 interceptions, had 2 touchdowns, looked good at times, but it was like high of highs and then low of lows. It sucks for them. But shout out Heinzel. He's again a freshman, got the job, and now he's gonna try to do what he can for this Pittsburgh team. And this Pittsburgh team got some teams to play, bro. Three of their last 3 regular season games is all ranked opponents. So we'll see how good he can be, if he can get upset or not, or maybe win all 3 games somehow. I doubt it, but possible. Missouri at Auburn. Missouri trying to not lose 2 in a row, because they ended up losing last week to Alabama in a tough one. And Ahmad Hardy, I don't know what Alabama did, but they froze him in time. He had 2 punch-ins, but 24 carries, 58 yards is not Ahmad Hardy, bro. I don't know what's going on. Bo Pabula had 2 interceptions, but he also had a running touchdown. I wouldn't say he played bad, but it was close because of that, for sure. Final double overtime, they almost lost this game. Jackson Arnold kind of made some bad decisions at the end. Jeremiah Cobb kept him in the game. Cam Coleman, a good wide receiver. Maybe you should throw to him more if you're Auburn. Yeah, they kind of threw to him a little bit more, and it gave him 100 yards, bro. He's actually a good wide receiver. Throw to him. Jackson Arnold was able to get protection this game, and that's why he was able to just do what he could on Missouri's defense. But again, I think biggest headline is Ahmad Hardy not being in the game, and Jackson Arnold actually keeping it close and getting protection and extending plays when he could. Yeah, Florida State goes to Stanford, and this team is not known for football, bro. They got $50 million. They fired the head coach. $50 million in donations for their football team. And yeah, Tommy C, potential concussion, took a crazy hit in the fourth quarter, so he might not be the quarterback going forward, because I don't know. They saying he's active, but I don't know, bro. He took a crazy hit. Had 242 passing yards, and it kind of was like, yeah, Deuce Robinson, yeah, get him more involved. Again, I asked for that because he had a down week last week, and then Danzy just came out of nowhere, dropped 100, and they still lost, bro. They still lost. I think it was a lot of 4th down conversions that they were able to convert on, and Stanford with the backup quarterback, bro, they was throwing in backups, and he was actually playing well. They basically got beat by a backup quarterback. This is the fall off the Florida State I know from last year. 3 straight wins and now 4 straight losses. You go to Wake Forest, you hope you can win that game. But I think Wake Forest is a better team than Stanford, so I don't know at this point. Clemson, Virginia Tech, NC State, Florida. Yo, does Florida State get another win? I don't know, bro. Like, it's crazy, bro. Especially if Tommy Castellano don't play for at least the next game. It's going to be tough for the rest of the schedule for this 0-4 ACC. Last in the ACC probably. Florida State. 16th in the ACC is crazy. This team was ranked, by the way, top 10 after the first week. Or not that first week, maybe after the 3rd win. But yeah, 4 straight losses for Florida State. It doesn't get any better than this. And yeah, we're gonna talk about the head coach potentially being out of there and basically begging for his job back. Anyways, Memphis 22 undefeated. You know, another Group of 5 team that potentially get the playoff nod. They lost to UAB. UAB fired their head coach like 2 weeks ago, bruh, and they just lost to him. And yeah, UAB's defensive line was giving pressure to Brandon Lewis. Brandon Lewis got injured in that 3rd quarter, I think, and AJ Hill had to come in and throw that rock, bro. He kept them in the game, but it wasn't enough. And yeah, this UAB team that was 2-4 in the season just now picked up their first win in American League Conference play, and they beat Memphis and did it pretty convincingly. That defensive line was legit for UAB. I don't know what the fucking offensive line was doing for Memphis, but bro, they was getting pressure on Brendan Lewis, and Brendan Lewis is a fucking senior, super senior, bro. I don't know what was going on with him, but again, he led this team to an undefeated team. They're undefeated no longer. And yeah, that's all I got for the 2-minute drill. Try to take notes this week. Didn't help because I just basically run back and forth. Damn, VJ, you turn off the lights even more, bro?
Nah, it's Columbus. You know how it is.
I come back, bro. I can't even see you no more, bro. All right, we got some news. We got some head coaching firings and basically a lot of people begging for their job back. Billy Napier, we talked about him earlier, kept the Mississippi State game close, and he was basically out regardless if he won by a lot or not. They have a bye week coming up, and it's the perfect time to just get that coaching switch in. He's out at Florida. A lot of people talking about Lane Kiffin potentially getting a job. I don't know. I just don't know if that's gonna be possible, because Lane Kiffin has built something great in build something great in what's it called, in Ole Miss. So we're gonna see if they could potentially do that. If they can offer Lane Kiffin a bag and he'll switch, I don't know. VJ, how we feel?
It's about time. About damn time they did it, but it's more about like the future. I heard about the Lane Kiffin thing, and I'm like, that I just don't think that makes any sense for Lane Kiffin to leave. Like what he did at Ole Miss is, I mean, he made Ole Miss relevant again, in a sense. So it's like I don't see that one. I definitely think it is a lucrative job though. I could definitely see a couple people being there just because it's an SEC spot. You know, Florida's usually a high recruiting spot too. Usually with the recruits, you know, a lot of recruits want to stay home, so could be interesting. You got any thoughts on this one, right?
I do not have anything.
I'm witnessing a go-kart in McDonald's right now.
Hold on.
All right, we got Jane. Oh,
my fault, y'all. My girl calling me because fucking dogs over here throwing up and shit. Anyways, I don't really got nothing. I mean, it's crazy to see that, you know, all these freaking coaches getting fired. All of a sudden, the teams start winning games. Why? I mean, I don't know. Just let the players play. I guess they do. They could, you know, get wins when you just let the player play, bro. I don't know. But yeah, that's all I got, bro.
Yeah, I think it was like a band just barely coming off, bro. Just rip that shit off, bro.
Yeah. Just let them play, bro. Or at least listen to the players or something, because it's like I feel like all these coaches want to stick to their ways and shit, and it's like time changes, bro. Time has changed, bro. So I don't know. Maybe let the players talk a little bit. Obviously, not every player is gonna know exactly, you know, how to play, but it's like you know, let them you know, try to do something and see where it goes instead of just, hey, I've been dealing with, you know, I've been having a losing season for 5 years straight. You know, let me still continue to do the same thing I've been doing 5 years and do it for the 6th year. Like, no, bro, time to change it up. You did the same thing for 5 years straight. So that's really, I don't know. That's the only thing I really gotta say. Just let the players play.
Yeah, I think Billy Napier's biggest shit is, bro, he was just trying to do the. Wasn't Billy Napier the one doing the play calling, and like trying to have his hands in too many pots, bro? It was like kind of like you just gotta give it up sometimes. I think Sark having that problem too. They was questioning him after the Texas game, like, bro, you don't think you should give up play calling type shit? And he was like, man, that's what I'm known for. That's what I love to do. I'm gonna keep doing it. Well, you see what happened to Billy Napier. Jay Norvell out of Colorado State. It doesn't really mean much, but you got someone like Florida State, Mike Norvell. They got the wrong Norvell out of there. Mike Norvell decides to basically keep his job, bruh. And yeah, Florida State is gonna keep Mike Norvell for the rest of the season. And this dumpster fire that is Florida State at the moment is gonna keep him. I don't know how much. I don't think he keeps his job for not after the offseason. I don't think he's out of there, bro. I'm surprised they're not doing it right now, bro. Like, I don't know why you don't, bro. This dude is fucking garbage, bro. Maybe you just want to keep him just so you don't have to pay him that much. When he doesn't do nothing, you got to stay with the program and do your job a little bit more, and then we'll pay you the rest of the money. Like, I don't understand. Yeah, 2 dog shit seasons, and Mike Norvell just continues to like act like, oh, we did so much in the off season, and we're gonna be better, and we're gonna do this. Well, look at this collapse now. BJ.
To be honest, I feel like this decision for Florida State to even like keep Mike Norvell is probably due to the fact of the backlash of the Penn State when they fired James Franklin, in that sense of like, you know, the season's already quote unquote failing in a way. Why not just keep him for at least the rest of the season and then in the offseason make it work? That's how I see it. So I do agree with you in that sense. Like, I think in the second this offseason starts, I would not be surprised I hear in the first fucking week Mike Norvell go on Florida State. So that's how I see it. But I mean, I don't mind it because eventually it'll lead to that. So keeping him for the rest of the season, I see it. It's just you might as well keep him there. You know, he's already there. You might as well just do it. Like, obviously, you know, maybe contractually and all that, but there's some acts of a thing, so I can't really, you know, jump in all that. But it just makes sense. You might as well keep, like, we're already deep in the season. You might as well keep him for the rest. You most likely you're not gonna make a bowl game the way it's looking. You're probably not gonna win anything else crazy. So it's like you might as well just kind of stick with it. So yeah.
Yeah, my fault.
Oh, you have anything?
Oh nah, I just hadn't seen that you pulled this thing up.
Oh shit. Yeah. It's just the post just saying about fucking they're keeping Mike Norvell nearly 100 million in buyouts. Yeah, I think that played a major role in the decision. But yeah, moving on. We got some good news. North Texas is gonna sign their head coach Eric Morris to a contract extension. The 6-1 to start the season, bruh. He's playing pretty well and deserves the contract extension. I don't know what it is, but shit, whatever he's getting paid in North Texas, he's gonna get increased. To look like, or at least get extended to some point. Anybody care?
Congrats. That's all. I mean, the North Texas is looking. I think they were ranked at a moment, but I don't know now.
Yeah.
But, congrats to them.
Yep. And then and then we got Wisconsin. They was talking on the Ohio State broadcast talking about just being honest, he might lose his job after this week. I'm like, damn, bruh. They not showing no remorse. But I think a lot of it has to do with I would say the players just getting injured. He had a lot of injured players, like starting at quarterback. But bro, these are paper thin players, bro. I'm seeing on the field against number one Ohio State last week. But yeah, they had released a statement and everything, bro. I'm not reading all this. No one gives a fuck about Wisconsin football that much, bro. You know. DJ?
I mean, but I do agree with you in that sense. Like, you can't. I mean, a good amount of it for sure is definitely his game plans and stuff. So maybe a little bit of mentality, but it's pretty evident that this season has just gone such an upside down type of thing, bro. Like, especially Ohio State, bro. I'm pretty sure that game they literally turned the sliders all the way to 1, injuries maximum. Like, bro, shit was crazy, bro. I don't know what else to say. So. We'll see what goes onwards. I mean, obviously, I'm assuming after the season, it's chopped, but we'll see what happens. I guess. Anything for you, right?
Man, it's crazy. I wasn't expecting to see so many coaches either. I mean, I guess it kind of started with Ryan Day. Him being on a hot seat. Then he did that historical run, and all of a sudden now, found this next year or this current year right now that we're on every team that just like was if you wasn't already in a hot seat last year, you definitely is now, and they're immediately pulling the trigger on you now. If they see Ryan Day did that amazing run, they're like, all right, bro, he did that shit, bro. What's going on, bro? It's like they kind of like almost expectations, like everybody's looking at their coaches like, well shit. What is our coaching staff doing? This is not the expectation going in. We need to make some changes happen, and luckily for Luke Fickell is, I guess they're giving him one more year, but we'll see what happens next year, because I don't know if all these other coaches are already getting fired. Billy Napier, freaking who the Mike Norvell, like, bruh, they just I mean they kind of had a good decent win recently, and they still got rid of him. So what does that mean for Luke Fickell, who went played back-to-back game with a shutout, with no points scored. Obviously, got injured player, but still you couldn't put 3 points on the board back-to-back games.
Coach Fickell sees the potential in us, what this team can be, and as do I. And he shares that same disappointment and frustration. That's from the DA at Wisconsin. I ain't gonna lie, bro. You too into like the Ohio State realm, bro. You think fucking people seen Ryan Day almost get fired? I'm like, no, Billy Napier, you gotta win a championship or you're out of here.
Bro. Yeah, bro.
I don't think so, bro. I don't know, bro. I don't know. Yeah, we're talking about.
I mean, you think about it. You think about it. If Ryan Day fucking can't beat the team up north, bro, and you got Billy Napier over here going negative back-to-back season. What the fuck? If you tell me Ryan Day is on the hot seat just because he's not beating the team up north, but he had damn near the most winningest season, come on, bro.
The expectations at Ohio State, man, high expectations.
That's what I'm saying.
Man.
So it's like, come on, bro. I'm not gonna say they look at Ohio State like that, but it's just like, bro, the expectations are different for a different school. But it's like you can't tell me just looking at wait, they're about to fire Ryan Day because he can't beat the team up north in 4 years in a row. That's crazy. But he had the most winningest fucking season currently on all coaches. It's like, shit, we pick him up. But it's like now it's like, yeah, the coaches now is like, all right, bro, look like Ryan Day is no longer available for us. We need to make changes happen. You gotta go. I don't know where we're gonna go from here, but you gotta go. We dealt with this shit for fucking 5 years already. We're not doing this shit again.
W Yapper, bro. W Yapper, he's yapping right now, bro. He's just saying anything, bro.
I mean, I'm starting to think team was expecting Ryan Day to, not make that run. All of a sudden, he's available on the market, and they were going to all swoop him up. Now things didn't fall through. Now they're making changes. I'm not gonna lie, it kind of makes sense, All these coaches getting fired, all because they was expecting to pick up Ryan Day. Kind of makes sense,
Yeah, everything just revolves around Ohio State, basically, bro.
Yeah.
Like, basically, that's what I'm hearing, bro.
Come on, bro. We're the number one team, bro.
Yeah, yapping. I tried not to be biased on this podcast, but some of us can't help it. But yeah, I think there's a lot more coaching availability is going to be open in the future. A lot of other teams are struggling, and if you're not doing your thing in the SEC, you're not competing. You're getting the fuck up out of there. And yeah, I think there's a lot more coaches to be fired and get the fuck out of there. And I think that USC fucking loss pissed me off to where I need Lincoln Riley out of there.
But do we see Bill and Napier coaching somewhere else? In the Power Four?
You have to in the Power Four.
Or are we expecting a whole new clean slate, brand new coaches everywhere? No.
I expect just a carousel, bro. Like Lane Kiffin is talking about going to Florida, fucking Penn State. Gonna hire I'll see them grabbing a coordinator, bro. They gotta get a guy that's legit. And then it's just gonna be like, do you want to take a coordinator from here, a coordinator from here? Billy Napier probably steps down in competition, not gonna be in the SEC or Big Ten maybe, or maybe a low end Big Ten team, or maybe just jumps on a coordinator train, bro. Just jumps on somebody that needs a coordinator. There's a lot of places. I couldn't tell you. VJ?
I think we'll see. I mean, there's so much drama already that the offseason is already building up to be something probably fun to watch. So
that transfer window.
Yeah, it's gonna be insane. So, I mean, it's official. I think it's gonna be like January, early January to mid June. Yeah, whatever it may be.
Or something like that.
It's like I think it's 2 weeks. It's only like a 2-week period. So it's like, we're gonna see what damn happens.
It's just, to me, it's just like
6 to 19.
There's so many coaches getting fired. It's just like, what? I don't. There's so many.
Culture.
It's crazy.
Culture, bro.
It's just crazy. But it's like,
winning, you getting the fuck up out of here.
Who are they gonna pick up? Like fucking Brian Hartline? Like who's next that's available?
Urban Meyer?
I mean, you might well say Nick Saban.
Nick Saban? Dang, bro. You hear names about everybody, bro.
You might well fucking hire.
I don't think it's gonna be
Pat McAfee, bro. Pat McAfee. Nice. Come on, bro. At this point, shit, bro.
The only football program he's coaching is fucking West Virginia, and that's because he went there, bro. And I don't think they're gonna respect the punter, bro.
I mean, like I said, I mean, change your culture, but like, bro, there's so many positions open. I just don't know who could fill them seats, bro. I don't know if there's not a fucking high school program where they're looking for fucking recruits or anything. So it's like, am I going to hear a name out of like that I never heard of before come out what program? It's like, I don't know where these names will come from. And if it's not already like established here, but then it's like, I don't know, let's say fucking Florida State pick up Billy Napier. Like, what the fuck? Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah. I like, you're gonna see coaches from fucking Memphis who is 6-1 now, or that North Texas job could have been open, bro. He could have stepped up. Like bro. I think Signetti's the best. Like, bro, he was at James Madison, and Indiana took a risk on him, signed him, and he played very well. And James Madison's a good football team. So you grab a winning coach from maybe a FCS team or like a lower ranked FBS team, and you just have them play up to the competition. And that's for like an Indiana team that has nothing to lose, like a Virginia Tech that has nothing to lose. Let's bet on this guy. It's gonna be the same thing, and sometimes it's gonna work out, sometimes it's not. And sometimes you're gonna grab the big guys like a James Franklin to UCLA, or James Franklin down to Florida, or James Franklin to Florida State, or big programs like that. They're gonna get the names because they have the money. Like Virginia Tech doesn't. They have James Franklin money, but are they gonna be willing to pay for that? I would hope so, but you never know. Like that's just what it is. And some people are like Billy Napier. Okay, he's gonna jump on somebody's staff. Like that's why Alabama's 2015 roster was so crazy with their staff, because they had all these coordinators that played at the lower levels, and they jumped them up to like a linebacker coach, a graduate coach, or this coach, or that coach, and they was able to grab that linebacker coach and throw him over. And this power four fucking team, and they're good. Like the grass is not always greener on the other side, bro. But it's better than what most of these teams have now, bro. That's just what it is, bro. Florida State has a trash season last season with DJU, and now they're coming back with 4 straight losses, bro. You think Mike Malzahn needs to keep his job? Why would there be change? He should have changed it in off season, and he said he did, but I'm not seeing the change.
Yeah, yeah. It just like I felt like there's years before this one where it's just like people they stuck out with whatever coaches for a very long time before eventually making that move. But I felt like this year it was just quick, bro. Just felt like last year was bad. Okay, this year you're halfway through, you're bad. Get out of here. Where previously like they always just kind of stuck with them for a while before making that changes. Am I crazy? Am I crazy? Do I feel crazy that the time right now just they're quick to like get him out of here, or previously they kind of stuck out with him?
I mean, what does Penn State have to lose? They had 3 losses, 2 to the worst Big Ten teams at that time, and then Florida, bro, they lost all these games that they're supposed to at least be competitive in, and they lost them bad, bro. You lose to LSU. LSU looks like a pretty bad loss compared to other losses in the SEC, for potential SEC teams. And they had the death lineup, and they couldn't even get through half of it without getting any racking up any wins, bro. It's like just like, bro, whatever he got going on right now, it's not gonna get better, and it's not gonna change our decision. So why have him stay for the rest of the season so the fan base can somewhat get behind him? Like Billy Napier should have another year. No, bro. We remembered it in the middle of the year he was ass. We got to get him off the team. Same with James Franklin. It's like, bro, you couldn't win the big games, and now you're losing the games you're supposed to win. Like, we got to get you out of here, my boy. You don't got time to turn this shit around. You had your best team. Florida was supposed to have their best team. We got them out early, bro. They didn't show up, so they gotta get the fuck on, man. Go sit on the couch.
All right, did we good?
I think it's a lot of. I think a lot more job openings are gonna happen. It's gonna be a coach carousel for this off season, and I think it's gonna be a lot of names are definitely a lot of job openings are gonna happen, and it's gonna be a lot more than usual, and that's just because expectations for the SEC and Big Ten have raised a lot.
Mm-hmm.
So if you're not competitive or you have a lot of NIL money, I think NIL has a lot to do with this. If you have a lot of NIL money and we're dumping money into you and you're not producing, we gotta spend our NIL money somewhere else.
Do you think in, let's say, maybe a year or two, the same thing will happen? Let's say we're gonna use Billy Napier again. Okay.
You gotta think the donators that are donating all this money, this $50 million from Stanford. You don't think the donators gonna have a big say so on who stays and who goes at head coaching? Who's the leader of this locker room? I think that has a lot to do with it as well.
I'm about to say, I'm thinking like if Billy Napier go to Florida State, right? That 1 year. Let's say he said okay, here's the first year benefit of the doubt. Next year, trash. They get him out of there just like that. 2 years. Well, a year and a half. You think they'll make that Rashford decision that quick?
2 years? No.
No? Okay.
I think it gotta be like at least 3.
Right?
That's how I feel.
Okay.
Like I just think like a lot of shit's been just brewing, bro. I think Billy Napier was 23-24 at Florida, bro.
Mm-hmm.
How do you have a losing record in an SEC school? Like you're not gonna be able to produce at SEC, then we're not gonna have you here. Like you're losing too much. Like and the expectation was high this year. You're supposed to have your best team possible, and it's just not producing. So I think he had the worst record of a Florida State head coach or a Florida head coach since like the 1940s or something like that, 1960s. Like he was bad.
Damn.
He was bad in Florida since. And now that's why they want to go after Lane Kiffin, because it's more of like, yo, we haven't been relevant since Urban Meyer left us. Like they've been going through head coaches and they haven't been good. Florida football is taking a step back and they want to like they want the swamp to be the swamp again, bro, and it hasn't been that.
Mm-hmm.
That's why they want to go after like a home run hitter and Lane Kiffin.
Okay. All right.
Bag.
We good? No more final thoughts, BJ. You good?
Chilling.
Just gets darker and darker, man.
All right. Let's go ahead. I'm gonna go ahead and wrap this thing up. Been the One Foot In podcast. This was a longer one. A little bit more yapping session unusually. I don't know what dragged it on, but it is what it is. Things happen. This happens. But yeah, been that's the One Foot In podcast. Remember, we are live Thursday. If you're interested in pulling up, we'll be doing the week 9 preview. Right? Is it week 9?
Week 9. Yep.
We're doing week 9 preview at 8 o'clock, preferably 8 o'clock Thursday EST. So if you're interested, go down the link in the description. Click that link. It will take you to, it's a link tree. It will take you to all my socials. And then click that Twitch link, and that's where I'll be live. I'll be there with Cam and VJ, obviously the other co-hosts. They'll be there. If you're from the Buckeye Fanfare Room, you're more than welcome to come and talk to us. And even the Plot Armor Podcast Award, if you're from the anime side of things, if you're interested in college football, obviously, you're more than welcome to come talk to us on this Thursday. Every Thursday, damn near. Every Thursday around 8 p.m. EST. So, yeah. Also, if you're new to the channel, you made it to the end of the video, hey, consider clicking that subscribe button. Also, clicking that like button as well, since you're already down there, as it helps out the channel a lot. But other than that, thank you, Cameron. Thank you, VJ, for pulling up always. And we catch you guys this Thursday. So, appreciate all of the support. We catch you guys when we catch you. Peace.